Kabini and Nanachi are two of the top safari centers in Nagarhole. Many people often wonder which one is better. Both places offer opportunities to see tigers. This video will compare Kabini and Nanachi to help you decide which one to visit, as both safari gates are located within the Nagarhole National Park in Karnataka. First, we will go on a safari in Nanachi and stay at the luxurious Lodge 83 resort in Wayanad. The next day, we will embark on a safari in Kabini to understand the differences between the two. Our journey starts at the Nanachi Safari Center. So here, you can either book tickets online or purchase them directly at the center for the safari. At Nanachi, you can choose between a jeep safari and a van safari. This time, we are opting for the jeep safari. First, let me give you a brief overview of the forest. Nagarhole National Park is located in Karnataka near the Wayanad in Kerala. The park has mainly three entrance gates: the Veeranahosahalli near Honsur on the northern side, Nanachi near the Kutta on the western side, and then there is the Kabini on the eastern side towards the Mysore. The landscape remains lush and green even during the summer. Additionally, witnessing the march of elephants is a spectacular sight. If you hear any loud sounds, do not worry. It's just elephants, not us. Elephants do not like the safari vehicles, whereas tigers are generally unbothered by them. Look, there's a wild gaur over there. So we didn't have to wait long to spot the tiger. This particular tiger is one of the oldest in Nagarhole National Park. It's around 13 years old. Tigers typically have a lifespan of 12 to 15 years. This tiger is named as Muga. It was not seen for 1.5 years, and now he's back. The tiger is exceptionally fit and good looking in spite its old age. So now let me tell you about Nanachi. Whether you're visiting Nanachi or Kabini, you need to book tickets through nagarholetigerreserve.com. The tickets must be booked 3 days in advance, as online bookings close and the counter sales begin. This ensures that the people arriving directly can still get the tickets. If tickets are shown as sold out on online, there's no need to come directly, as you won't be able to get any tickets. You can see a wild gaur running, likely sensing the presence of a tiger nearby. Luckily, the tigers do not hunt the prey unless they are very hungry. Now, let's talk about the safari ticket prices. On weekends, the safari lasts for 1.5 hours, with slots from 6 am to 7:30 am, and 7:30 to 9 am, then 2:30 to 4 pm, and the last is the 4 to 5:30 pm. The cost is 450 rupees at both Nanachi and Kabini. The morning safari, however, only allows 1 hour inside the forest. On weekdays, the safari at Nanachi lasts for 1.5 hours for 450 rupees, while at Kabini, it costs 600 rupees for a 2.5 hour safari. The safari operates from 6:30 to 9 am and 3:30 to 6 pm. I recommend the safari priced at 600 rupees, as it is well worth at the cost. So this bird is the changeable hawk eagle, and it's eating an infant bird. Earlier, we saw a red-headed vulture as well. Now let's talk about the jeep safari. Currently, online booking is not available at either location, but it will soon be available. At Nanachi, If you have a group of 6 people, you can book a jeep for the safari directly from there, with a fare of 1250 rupees per head. This option will soon be available at Kabini as well. On the way, we spotted tiger footprints, and upon looking into the grass, we saw a tiger. It's amazing to see a tiger from inside the vehicle. As I mentioned earlier, Veeranahosahalli is in Mysore. This gate was built to make access easier for people coming from Mysore, leading them to Nanachi forest. When I visited Mysore previously, I went to the Veeranahosahalli and saw a mother tiger with 2 cubs playing. And one of the cubs were climbing a tree as well. So this is one among those cubs. Although it looks mature and healthy, it is actually less than 2 years old. Another option for Jeep Safari is through the Jungle Lodge Resort, the JLR, which is actually a government organization. However, their safari and stay package costs 45,000 rupees, which I found a bit overpriced. And in Nanachi, you can book a Jeep Safari alone without accommodation for just 2,250 rupees. You can make the reservations on junglelodgeresort.com. As I have mentioned in the previous videos, the female elephants travel with their families, while tusker elephants join them for mating purposes. Here, we see a hill myna. Its ears and eyes are particularly striking, aren't they? While on safari, you will often hear their calls, though spotting them is very rare. So let's discuss wildlife sightings in these 2 places. Both Kabini and Nanachi offer frequent elephant sightings, but tiger sightings are more likely in Kabini. Tigers are typically seen 4 days a week in Kabini, while in Nanachi, tigers can be spotted on 3 days in a week. Currently, the elephants are standing a bit away from the tigers, but we are waiting for them to come closer. A mature male tiger might attack if an elephant strays alone, but the cubs do not pose any threat. So right now, a tiger cub is lying hidden in the grass. One of the tusker elephants in the group has walked to the top of a hill, unaware of the tiger's presence. So we were eagerly waiting to see what happens next. The elephant left, and although we waited for a while, the tiger didn't get up. So now you can see a female elephant breaking bamboo and eating it. This bird is a white-rumped vulture, a very rare species. In Kerala, they can only be seen in Wayanad. These vultures are red-listed, meaning they are at risk of becoming extinct soon. Kabini Safari has gained fame largely due to a black panther named Saya. Though sightings were rare for 2 years, Saya has been spotted 4 to 5 times in the past year. Recently, Saya shifted its territory to Nanachi, and tourists have spotted the panther several times in the past months during the Nanachi safari. This increased the likelihood of visitors flocking to Nanachi. Compared to the northern states, the southern states of India lag behind in terms of forest tourism. Here, safaris don't feel commercialized at all. Private safari vehicles are not permitted in any forests in South India. Additionally, only 4 or 5 vehicles are permitted inside the forest at a time, making the area available for jungle safaris quite small. Here we see a pack of wild dogs, which is a common sight during the safaris. This group includes 6 to 7 members including puppies. Wild dogs can be spotted in both Kabini and Nanachi, typically living in groups of 20 to 25 members. They are likely afraid to approach larger animals as alone, but when they're in a group, they can be quite aggressive. So I have explained the safari fares, but I haven't mentioned the cost for cameras. If you enter the safari with a 450 rupees ticket and a 500mm lens camera, you need to pay an additional 1500 rupees for the camera, making a total of 1950 rupees. But if you're traveling through the Jeep Safari, we would have to pay 2250 rupees and an additional camera fees of 1500 rupees. The camera fee is quite high compared to other places in India. No other place in India are just 1500 as camera fees. After the safari in Nanachi, we returned to a nearby resort. So tomorrow morning we'll head to Kabini. The resort we're staying at is called the Lord's 83, named in honor of India's first World Cup win in London in 1983. The resort was inaugurated by Kapil Dev. The overall feel of the resort is luxurious, from the reception area to the rooms in construction. Now we are heading to our room. There are 2 types of rooms available: villas with private pools and deluxe rooms. We chose a deluxe room. Upon entering, we step into a decent living space. The rooms have a cricket theme as well, complementing the resort's name. This property is located near the cricket stadium in Wayanad. The management of this resort is the same as that of MORICKAP in Wayanad. The resort offers a pool, gym and play areas as well. The swimming pool's location is excellent, providing fresh air and greenery as it is situated away from the town. The pool is designed as an infinity pool, offering a view of the Aratapura mountain, which is a popular trekking destination. Staying here is very refreshing, thanks to the outdoor areas where we can relax. The resort also features a cricket pitch, highlighting their emphasis on the sport. After settling in, we went for dinner, which was a buffet, but they also prepared dishes according to our order. After dinner, we went to sleep, and the next morning we packed our bags and headed to visit Kabini. Look at the 3 vans over there. They use these buses for safari. 2 of them look similar, but the third one is unique. Its sides are open and it has a glass ceiling, offering a better visibility. If it rains, the journey through the forest will be even more fun. If people who booked tickets online do not arrive at least 15 minutes before the departure, the tickets will be given to those waiting to buy the tickets directly. They mentioned that they are planning to arrange a van exclusively for those who book tickets offline. Moving forward, It's worth noting that both Kabini and Nanachi offer good chances for tiger sightings. Neither location has ever let us down. As soon as the Kabini safari started, we spotted a few elephants. I visited during the mid-May, and despite it not being the monsoon season, there was some greenery due to the rain over the past 2 days in the previous week. The sound you are hearing is from an Indian roller. We stood and watched the group of elephants. There were no male elephants among them. Later they crossed the road again, and at that moment, one elephant came running towards us. We watched them from a safe distance. I enjoy taking videos of animals crossing the road. I always did not forget to take visuals of animals while crossing the pathways. Look how elegantly they cross the road by walking one behind the other. As I mentioned earlier about the black panther, there are now 2 more, each only 6 months old. A leopard mother had 2 cubs with imperfect black coloring, showing some yellow dots. The possibility of spotting black panthers is higher in Nanachi because these 2 leopards are with Saya in Nanachi. The safari is named Kabini because of the Kabini river that flows beside it. Officially, it's called the Kakanakota Safari Center, but it's unofficially known as the Kabini. The name of the resort is Kabini River Lodge, which is why this safari is referred to as Kabini Safari. The chances of seeing tigers by the riverside are much higher. This forest is filled with medium-height trees, enhancing our visibility through the forest. It becomes even more beautiful during the rainy season when the greenery is more abundant. In Nanachi, there is always some greenery due to its slightly moist greenery climate, even in the summer. As we ventured a bit further, we spotted a male tiger named Rana in the Kabini forest. Rana, not very accustomed to the tourists, giving us only a brief glimpse. We waited for some time and Rana left, so we also moved forward. As I've explained about the 2 forests, I can't say which one is better. At Kabini, the safari cost 600 rupees. But if a family with noisy kids in the van, it might not be a best experience. You can choose the Jeep Safari in Nanachi, which costs 2250 rupees. Nanachi is closer to Kerala, so traveling to and from the safari through Tolpetti from Kerala has no time restrictions. However, when traveling to Kabini from Wayanad, there's a restriction from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., which means you can't pass the checkpost at 6 a.m. for the 6:30 a.m. safari, nor can you return to Kerala after the 6 p.m. safari since the checkpost will be closed. A better option is to reach Kabini in the afternoon, take the safari, stay overnight in the HD Kote, and then take the morning safari. We have been on the Kabini safari twice before, and both the times we got to see the tiger. In fact, Kabini and Nanachi in the Nagarhole forest are among the most likely places for tiger sightings in south of India. So that's all about the Kabini and Nanachi. I hope this video is helpful for those planning to visit these locations. See you soon with our next forest story.